Have you ever driven home to realize that you've been totally spaced out for the entire ride? There are really no decisions made. You just went on autopilot. You really were not paying attention about if you were going left or if you were going right. You were just driving and you ended up where you needed to be. That's kind of how I've been feeling about business for a very long time now. And I've been doing the work and I've even been doing things that work, but somewhere along the way, I lost my passion. How many of you guys can relate to that? And for that, I have to apologize to you and I have got to apologize to myself. You may even be saying, Bria, I don't apologize. I've been to your challenges, I've been to your live streams, I've been in the same room with you, and I have enjoyed your environments. I've enjoyed what you've been sharing, and I've enjoyed your atmospheres. But what I know to be true is that it does not necessarily matter how other people feel about my performance or how other people feel about my life. I know I have not been completely tapped in. And it's not about everybody else knowing the difference. I know the difference. I know when I am truly connected to my purpose. And that is why I want to talk to you about recommitting to purpose and using passion and calling to drive your business. Guys, when I started my business, I was so passionate about us. I was so passionate about the Black cause. I was passionate about creating economic empowerment and independence. But like most things, it's easy to get caught in just doing it and just checking the box. As I've gone through business, my purpose has become implied, right? But today I'm recommitting to that purpose. And in the time we have together today, I'm going to share with you how to do it too. So I am starting and trying a new format here where I am going to be coming on every single day to share with you a word in business. And I am calling this the Biz Church Podcast. So I will not be on camera. And the reason why I'm not on camera is because that turns out to be an excuse. I'm a new mom. I have things going on in my own life. And if I relied on getting in and putting on makeup and putting on clothes and looking as best as I can every single day, to be honest with you guys, I would not be here. But the point of what I am doing right now is I am hoping to show you all that when you have a focus, when you have a purpose, when you have intention, when you have a calling, that sometimes is not going to be carried out the way you think it's going to be carried out. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect, but you have to show up anyway. You have to show up how you can, while you can, and when you can. So I'm looking to serve you guys over, for every day for the next 30 days. And that is my first commitment to you guys, by just being consistent, by sharing the information that I have, by sharing my journey with you and actually getting acclimated and returning back to my calling, back to my purpose. So the very first thing I want to share with you is that the only work worth doing is life's work. So the only work that is really worth doing is life's work. Now, some of you might not agree with me when it comes to this, and some of you may even say that it's just not that deep. And even with that being said, you might be saying, I got bigger fish to fry, Bria. So I get that you have the privilege of being in purpose all the time, and you get the privilege of being deep all the time, but I need to pay my bills. I have mortgages that are due. I have rent that is due. I have a car payment that is due. I have student loans that are due. And I get that 100%, but I am truly of the belief, and I have to stand on this, that if you are in business, especially as a Black business owner, it needs to be connected to something that is bigger than you. Do you hear me when I say that? As a Black business owner, your mission has to be connected to something that is bigger than you. And the reason that I say this is because business is hard, okay? Straight up, hands down, business is hard, business is big. Business is sometimes daunting, sometimes it feels defeating. But at the end of the day, when it is not about just you, you can find the will to persist and you can find the will to move on. When you are in alignment with your purpose, it creates excitement and stamina. So when you are in alignment with your purpose, it creates excitement and it creates stamina. And that stamina will actually carry you when you are tired, when you don't want to go on, when, it seems like things keep on getting added to your plate. I promise you, if you are connected to a larger purpose, you will find the energy to move forward. Now, that brings me to my next point. So, my second point is that you need more than time to build a business, you need energy. So, straight up, hands down, you need more than time to build a business. So, a lot of us feel like if we can just get more time, if we can just get more time to ourselves, more time unadulterated to focus on our business, that we are going to be better and do better or produce more. But what I know is that you need more than time to build a business. You need energy, you need more momentum. Now, at the time of this recording, I am 12 weeks postpartum. And let me tell you this, if my work was not connected to my life's mission, I would not be here right now. I would be in the bed, point blank and period. It's so important to me that I know that the work that I am doing is worth it, because if it were not worth it, my time would be better spent with my newborn. My time will be better spent healing. My time will be better spent relaxing. My time will be better spent tuning out from what is going on in the world. But when I tap into my passion and into my calling, just like you will find the energy and grace to persist. Now, I do want to take some time and I want to talk about grace of being inside of your lane. So when it comes to us recommitting to our purpose, finding energy to propel our business, well, you have to understand that the grace is sufficient for you. So the grace that has been placed on your life is meant for you. If you are outside of your lane, or if you're dabbling in somebody else's lane, if you are outside of your purpose, if you're focused on somebody else's mission, what you are going to find very quickly is that you do not get the benefits of grace that have already been assigned to you. Guys, hear me loud and clear when I say this. When you are well within your lane and when you are in alignment with your purpose, you will be covered by grace. Grace that will help you to move on, grace that will help you to move forward, grace that will help you to find the energy, grace that will help you to find partnerships that are aligned, grace that will help you to find your team members, the funding, the building, anything that you need to be successful in business. You will find that grace, but you can only tap into that grace when you are into your life's work. You can only tap into that grace when you are firmly planted within your lane. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to make a point and make it our mission to be planted firmly inside our lane, to be planted firmly inside of our purpose, because that is where we find our energy, that is where we find our stamina, and that is where we find our grace to endure. Now, again, I mentioned the grace is only for you because the calling is only for you. So your grace is attached to your calling. And when you make it a point to live inside of your purpose, and when you make it a point to follow the will for your life, you will then find those benefits that have been assigned to you that will help you on your mission. I cannot emphasize how hard business is, y'all. I cannot emphasize that enough. So it is so important that we don't just look at the outside makeup of other people and other ventures and say, if they can do it, I can do it too. If I follow their framework, it's going to work for me too. Because what we don't recognize is that that person, if they are following their life's work, if they're following their life's mission, they are tapped into additional benefits that don't have anything to do with sales. It doesn't have anything with marketing. It doesn't have anything to do with branding. It's connected to their life's work and their life's mission. So where if you were doing the same thing they were doing, at the end of the day, you might get tired, you might be fatigued. They are then catching their second wind. So I want to encourage all of you guys to follow your purpose for your life. We need you. We need our Black business owners to follow our purpose. So each of us have to fall inside of our lane. And I've been seeing a lot of people who have been getting inspired to start businesses that may not even be for them, but they feel like they have that obligation to start a business because there is a gap. I encourage everybody to figure out what is best for you to do, what is best for you to start, so you can then find the grace that is assigned to your life. All right. So let's move on to my my third point. You'll do what it takes to show up when your work means something. So you will do what it takes to show up when your work means something. So I'm just going to ask you straight up, how bad do you want it? How bad do you need it? Eventually, the work that we do, it becomes about the price of winning and losing. It becomes about the price of winning and losing. So what will you gain if you win? Will you gain financial freedom? Will you gain time freedom? Will you gain acclaim? What do you want? Do you want acknowledgement? Do you want to feel better about your work, your path, the struggles that you've gone through? Do you want to feel like it's worth it? What is it that you actually want? Okay. And what will you lose if you don't show up for yourself? So again, this is about the price of winning and the price of losing. So if you don't show up for yourself, will you lose the years that you have put in? Will you spend years wandering in the wilderness? Will you have children that will never see you accomplish what you have been set out to accomplish? Will you lose self-esteem and self-trust? Will you miss out on the community impact that was assigned to your life? Y'all, it's a bigger ball game than you think. So I know that we talk very passively about our purpose, and we talk very passively about our calling and our talents and our gifts, but there is great things that are at stake inside of our community. So every time we show up and we sign up to win, we have others that are connected to our testimony. So when we succeed and when we win, we then inspire 10 more people to get up and to answer their own call. And that's why you have to have work that means something. What I've chosen to do is I have chosen to eliminate every roadblock that is standing in my way. So, like I said before, I've got a new baby. Every day isn't glamorous. I'm breastfeeding and nursing. And even with my best plans, I may find myself in a situation where, hey, the baby's just not feeling it that day. So, what I've done is I've looked at my life and I have assessed what I can do to make sure that I can show up for my community. So I've been responsible over my priorities. So designating what is on the priority list for me, and also looking at my marketing and saying, what can I do to continuously show up? And that's another reason why today had to be the day for me. So I did this and I came on impromptu. Nobody knew that I was going to come on and record this air quote podcast. Nobody knew that I was going to come on and voice, but it was so important for me to do so because I understood that today is the first day of the best day of the rest of my life. And some of us need to get so steadfast in our mission that we are willing to show up and do things a little bit differently. I know that everybody is really used to me showing up on camera. I know that everybody is used to me showing up in a particular format. But what I know is that if I keep acting as if my life is the same that it was a couple of months ago, I'm never going to create new patterns and new habits. I'm never going to create a scenario where you guys can get used to the new normal and how we communicate and how we receive information. So I had to make this the day because the game is bigger than just me. Do you understand that it's not easy shifting and changing the game plan and recognizing and realizing that life is just not the same? But the truth is, all of us are realizing that. Some of you guys are at home right now and you're so caught off guard by business, and you're so caught off guard about how you feel about what your life looks like right now. So your kids may be at home with you. Your work might be at home with you. You may not get to go out as much as you need to release steam. You may not get to see your best friends or go out to brunch or see your mom or see your dad or see your granny, see your granddad. It may be throwing you off completely. But at the end of the day, we have to look and we have to see what is possible for me versus what is keeping me from getting where I want to be. What I know about my life is that my success is non-negotiable. My commitment is non-negotiable. Showing up for my people is non-negotiable because I understand too much is given, much is required. And we are trailblazers. We are generation shifters. We know how to make it work. We are resourceful. So don't you dare sit inside of your home. Don't you dare sit inside of your car. Don't you dare sit inside of your job and tell yourself that you don't know how to make this work and that business is over for you and you cannot show up because X, Y, and Z. You cannot show up because the Wi-Fi connection is not as good as you want it to be. You cannot show up because the kids are playing in the background. You cannot show up because the job again is now in your home, because I'm telling you right now, you can show up and you will show up if you make it a priority to show up. As I mentioned, I have chosen to eliminate every roadblock that is standing in my way. And this is what happens when you are truly committed to your purpose. So y'all, if you are in the beginning stages of your business, if you're just now getting your legs, don't look at everybody else and say, you know what? They're just lucky. Somehow they keep drawing the long stick. Somehow they are just continuously winning, right? Somehow they are just, they're just always coming out on top. And a lot of people look at me like that because I'm always problem solving. I'm always optimistic. What I want you to see is what I'm willing to do. Hear me when I say what I'm willing to do is I'm willing to show up and show up consistently no matter what. But the reason why I'm so motivated to do that is because my work means something to me. When I entered into this space, I said the very first thing was that I had to apologize to you and I had to apologize to myself because the fire that I once had about serving the Black community kind of turned into performance. It turned into the status quo. It turned into what was implied for me and for my life and for my brand. But what I have understood right now is that it makes a difference to be explicit about my mission. It makes a difference to rekindle that fire. It makes a difference to be recommitted and to show up, because what is at stake is you. What is at stake is you having somebody that you can depend on to show up for you, to feed life into your spirit and into your body, into your being, when everything around you seems like there's no constant. It seems like it's just complete chaos. And I've made the commitment to say that I can be here for my people. It may not be at the same time every day. It may not be with the same look every day. It may not be in the same medium every day, but my commitment is strong because I understand that if I can just sow the seeds into the life of my people, that I will reap the harvest that is due to me. And I want you guys to get that same level of passion about what you are doing, because if I can tap into those benefits, these are universal truths that you can also tap into. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move on to number 4. So when you are tapped into your purpose and when you're tapped into your calling, what happens is that it makes you want to be your best. Y'all, I don't want to show up to y'all with things halfway done. I don't want to show up to y'all with my work undone. I don't want to show up to y'all raggedy and in a mess. When I am tapped into my purpose, when I see the connection to the vision and to the outcome, it makes me want to show up as my best. And when I tell y'all that we are tapping into this in the Biz Church marketing membership, I'm telling you something good. So for the rest of the year, we are going to a new and next level. So the Biz Church marketing membership started off really, really good. So for those of you who do not know, I want you to learn about, I want you to learn through me. So what I did coming into 2020 was I took all of my classes. I have over 100 classes on the internet, over 6-7 premium programs that I put into a vault for my members to enjoy, right? I just saw this community being able to come and get marketing information whenever they wanted to through their membership. So I put it into the vault and I just started. So that's a lesson for somebody right now. I just started where I was. I was coming off of the heels of the Melanin Marketing Mentorship. I needed to transition into 2020, but I knew that the Melanin Marketing Mentorship was not going with me. So I took the coin phrase of Biz Church that was given to us or given to me from the community. Every time I got on live stream, everybody be typing in Biz Church, Biz Church, Biz Church. So I named that the marketing membership. But what I got focused on was the classes. So I started to just focus on, let me produce a bunch of classes for these people so that they can market better. But what I missed out on, and I need y'all to understand and to hear my heart when it comes to this, because I've literally been like at the feet of my purpose for the last couple of days. What I recognize and I realize is that the classes have never been the magic. They have been a vehicle for sure. They have been tools for sure, but the mission, the purpose, my purpose on this planet is to propel Black business owners and to give us the tool for unity, economic empowerment, and support, point blank and period. My job and my reason for breathing is to release the spirit of economic independence into our people so that we can have great pride in our enterprise, so that we can inspire our community, so that we can not just feel different, but be different in the world so that we can produce the lives and the lifestyles that we want to live. I can't tell you guys how many times people have come to me just wanting to make money, and they literally like, I need to make more money. I need to make more money. I need to make more money. And I am the connection piece that helps them to recognize what that more like what making more money actually means for their lives, that means that they don't have to go into a racist, bigoted workplace, that this means that they don't have to feel ashamed about how their hair looks when they wake up in the morning, that they can look at their children and say, I'm leaving you an inheritance, even though I was only passed on liabilities. When I connect that with my purpose, and as I have connected that back to the Biz Church Marketing Membership, I have been on fire. I've been creating. Even if you go to the website, there's a whole new website there because I needed a vehicle to share the message in my work in the world. So what I'm looking to do is to serve every Black business owner who knows they are different and special, who wants to use business to achieve financial and time freedom, and who feels the call to move into impact. Now, the thing about this is people who feel called are not always gifted or skilled in marketing, right? So you have the passion and the will to succeed, but you may not have the skills or the vehicle to make it happen. But what I know is that we need your business more than ever. So that is why I have spent the time, my team and I have gone and taken the task of improving the Biz Church membership to serve you. Not only do we have those 100 classes in the vault, but what we have done is we restructured the program so that when you come in to the Biz Church Marketing Membership, you are met with an assessment that will then tell you what path you should take. So it will help you to prioritize where you should be learning. We have added in a Sunday sermon where the first Sunday of the month, I actually do on-the-spot coaching with my members because I've realized that that's what they've been missing. They want that touch point to just put their ideas out, just to get that one resource, that one system, that one decision that they need to make in order to move their business forward so that they're not stagnant, even though they're getting the information. Also, what we have done as well is we've moved our private community off of social media. So we're in the process of moving our community off of social media for our older members. But if you are a new member, you'll be automatically inserted into that community. Here's the deal. What I recognized was that getting on social media for our people can sometimes feel like PTSD. And if you've experienced that, I'm sending my love to you. But it can feel like an assault to get on social media and to see the injustice after injustice after injustice after injustice, no accountability whatsoever for the actions that happen to us. And while social media used to be a tool that I felt like was helping us and was moving our businesses forward, I realized that it is an impediment in this season. So this private community that we have inside of the Biz Church Marketing Membership has been taken off of social media in order to help our members to apply their time and their energy in the best way. I don't want them to think that they're signing up for growth and they come into the social media platform where the community is and then feel like they've lost all of their energy because they had to fight through so much on the timeline to get to the community. So what we've done again is we have put our best into the membership because we have reconnected our purpose with what we are supposed to be doing in the world. So I do want to let you guys know that we are having an open house to celebrate the 6-month anniversary of the Biz Church membership this week. The next round of Biz Church is going to start on the 1st. If you're interested in joining us in Biz Church, you can join us by clicking the link in bio or going to www.40.com/biz-church. I would love so much to have you guys. As I mentioned before, my commitment is to show up every single day. No, I will not be showing up on camera. And these will turn into my podcast. So these broadcasts will turn into my podcast. But what happened is that at the beginning of the year, I said I was going to have a podcast, and I've literally dragged my feet. It is now mid-year. And yesterday I said to myself that today is the last day that I do not respond or I am not obedient to the instructions that I have been given for my life. I have several marching orders that were, I believe, that were divinely downloaded to me at the beginning of this year that for one reason or the other, I have not been accountable or responsible to. And what I know is that that is holding me back. So it much like you probably have gotten some instructions to do certain things in your business, but you're not trusting your own spirit. And you need to do that. You need to respond to that because everybody's formula is not the same. The instructions, the hunches, the nudges that you have been given to build and to grow your business have not been given to you so that you can ignore them. The hunches, the ideas, the small voice that is whispering into your ear is literally showing you how to achieve. It's showing you how to tap into your abundance. It's showing you your pathway. But if you're so concerned with what everyone else is doing versus listening to your still spirit, I'm telling you now that you're holding yourself back. So much like me, you're going to have to release yourself. You're going to have to get recommitted to being committed to your path and what is going to help you to be successful. So I hope that this message reached somebody. I hope that this message helped you. If you missed any part of it, go ahead and press rewind. Go ahead and start at the beginning so you can get the context of what we're talking about so that you can be on one accord with what we are doing here in this season. I thank you guys so much for joining me. I love you guys for always supporting and just connecting with me and just meeting me on higher energy when it comes to our businesses. I love you guys and I mean it. Until next time, peace out.